Welcome. How are you, my friends? It's Kevsyourking, Kevs, your guy in the sky who loves to fly. That's me, yes indeed. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim. It's been a while. We had a fun summer last year doing a lot of Flight Sim into the fall. Did a bit of Truck Sim in November, then I upgraded to PC, and bang, we went to 2024 Flight Sim, and yeah, that's when things fell apart for me. But it's all good. We jumped into GTA Online, have had fun in that experience. I released another one today. Been doing about once a month just because not a lot of you have a lot of active interest in GTA 5 right now. You're all sitting there waiting for RP and 6. So you got another year, maybe 2, who knows. I will say I have a few things for you here today. So we're going to jump in. It's FedEx, you know, less cargo. El CarGooooo. Sí, como no. Alright. Anyway, we're in the A330. This is not a legitimate model, but it is a model for FedEx. They don't currently have any A330 freights in business on their side of the fence. So, but that doesn't matter. We're here for some playtime and some enjoyment. Check out some scenery in Microsoft. We're live weather, live time. We're sitting here on runway 36 left, heading out from beautiful Memphis, Tennessee. Yes, one of my favorite spots on the planet. I actually love Memphis. Have been, may retire one day, who knows. Probably closer to Jackson instead of Memphis, but still. Tennessee's beautiful state. Lots to do there. Anyway, we're in, like I said, we're going to head to Atlanta. So, yes, Atlanta. We're heading that direction over there, and boys and girls, we're going to head that way. We're going to grab some peaches. Peaches and ice cream, or some peach cobbler, peach pie today. But we're basically going to take a little freight. So, we've been on board inside, as you know. I've done all my homework inside here, so you don't have to worry about doing anything unusual. We're going to try and fly around 18,000 feet. We'll see what Microsoft does. It does its usual BS inside the cockpit here, so goodness gracious, who knows what kind of stuff we're going to get here. We're at 40,000 plus. Hello? Hello. Come on, man. Give me that click. Give me that click. I want that click. Yes. Yes, you're highlighting it like you want it. Thank you. Alright, so we're at 40. Cargo 40,000 kilograms. So 80,000 plus pounds worth of, it's about 90,000 pounds worth of stuff. Anyway, we're all good on the inside here. We're going to take a little bit of extra time on the runway here. Got to set this to 29.99. And yes, mate, it's the one, the only Freckles. I don't have Freckles turned on at the minute because we're checking on some performance updates. But we will eventually go back to having Freckles chit chat in the cockpit with us. We are all set. We've run the TO config, got our whistles scrolling in, trolling up top here, all set nice and cool in the cockpit. We've run the bell, but I'll do it just for giggles for you. Don't need the belt signs and such because it's just us and the imaginary attendant. Anyway, we're going to be about minus 20 Celsius up at 18,000 feet. We'll see if I need to do any of this. It is kind of hot and humid, so I don't think we're going to have any risk, but with humidity high, you just don't know. Anyway, brakes off. We're throttled up. Are you ready? Are you ready? A lot of runway to launch here, so we're going to control this up. I'm already putting pedal input in, as you can see, so hopefully the rudder's going to stay stable today. We'll see. Headwind has been kind of fluky here. Anyway, we're rolling on up. We're going to get to the second marker. Here comes the first set.
V1.
And then the second. And we're going to go ahead and rotate. We knew we'd get a good jump off that. Gear up. Bye-bye, Memphis.
KEV 777-110, contact departure on
12415 KEV FDX 777.
124.15 KEV 777
I know, baby.
Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777. Goodbye.
We're aware.
Departure KEV 777
No, I don't want
Foxtrot
to,
Delta
but
X-ray
let's do one.
777 is
Thank
passing
you.
1,800 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777, departure altimeter 29.908, radar contact, continue to JAXX.
Cool. Why are you giving me a disconnect already? Okay. What's going on? It's supposed to be going on bamboo. Oh, come on. It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it? Oh man, really? You're gonna make me zoom up that close? Really? Wow.
KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777, climb and maintain 15,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 15,000 feet. KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777.
Okay, so we're gonna push the nose down and we're gonna do it. If I hadn't done the flaps right. Okay, so you ready for the flaps now? You're supposed to be picking this up. Oh, Headwind, playing games here, man. What are you doing? Wow. Alright, 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 alright. Hold on. What are you doing? You're supposed to be there. Settle down. Okay, let's try this again. You gonna behave now?
KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777, please expedite your climb 15,000 feet. KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777, contact Memphis Center on 118.625. Good day.
118.625 KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777. Goodbye. Memphis Center
So
KEV
weird.
777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777 is at 8,500 feet, climbing 15,000 feet.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777 Memphis Center altimeter 29.907 radar contact. Continue to LEOO.
Are you calm down now? What the heck's going on? Why are you not hitting CL now? I must have missed something here. Alright, well, we'll get to 15 and then we'll just go ahead and stabilize here. Everything else should be alright. You know, the only thing I wish this game had, this simulation had, was a separate view, split window configuration. So I could take care of my inside stuff and you guys could see some of the externals a little more pleasant from a passenger or co-pilot seat perspective. You could be looking out the window of the co-pilot side, talking to Freckles, etc., while I'm managing the cockpit itself.
KEV 777 Foxtrot
Microsoft, get your stuff together, will you?
Contact Memphis Center on 134.65. Good day.
Memphis 134.65 FTX 777.
KEV
Good day.
777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777. Goodbye.
Memphis Center FTX 777 14,000 climbing to 15,000 and about spits the little clip.
777 Memphis Center altimeter 29.907 radar contact. Continue to LEOO. KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777 climb and maintain flight level 230.
I'm not going to 230. I mean, come on, man.
Climb and
Are you
maintain
serious?
flight level 230 KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777.
Ain't happening, man.
Memphis Center KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777. Request flight level 270.
That's not what I asked for.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777 contact Memphis Center on 135.9er. Good day.
Going to 135.9er KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777.
Why am I in
Memphis
toga
Center
lock?
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777 is passing 15,000 feet, climbing flight level 230.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777 Memphis Center altimeter 29.906 radar contact. Continue to LEOO. KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777 climb and maintain flight level 230. Expect flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 230. Expect flight level 270 KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777.
Man, they have so messed this stuff up. We'll see what happens. I said decrease.
Center, KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777. Request flight level 190.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777 climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190, KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-Ray 777.
This is all messed up.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, just reached your food left before flight. As you get settled in, I do want to remind you of food things. Just to have those clear from the aisle. That's why it's one of the reasons the cabin is galley closure. Also, a reminder to please refrain from congregating with the front galley when the flight gets over. Thank you.
Oh man, my mouse is just so screwed up. This is messed up, guys. We're gonna have some fun trying to get this bird down. Holy smokes. Nothing's registering here. Okay. So we're now in the red zone, and yeah. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to do that? Watch the motors come down. Okay. Put her to CL. Let's see if it resets. Okay, looks like everybody's able to get that to set, so let's go with this. Shouldn't have to do this stuff, guys. We came right at it. Should have been okay. But nonetheless, we know what we're doing. It's just you got to make these adjustments to re-get these systems to connect correctly. I spent the 3-hour flight from, I think it was Memphis to LA or New York to LA. And yeah, it was New York to LA. And 4 hours into the flight, when I came towards approach into LA, it wouldn't turn. None of the controls responsive. So what happens is there is a glitch with the headwinds and the other tool. What happens is this shuts down. It goes idle. And it doesn't restart. No matter what you do. You can interact all over in the panel and everything else, but it won't reset. So, and this was the stable version, so I don't know what they're doing. I think they're still messing around with a bunch of stuff. It's been broken for quite a while. This is one of the reasons you guys haven't seen me do a lot of flight sim is because of the experience itself. For me, it's very frustrating to have to do abnormal things in the cockpit. And so, you know, am I re-exploring my thought process around this experience in 24 or 20? And it really doesn't matter either one. They're both kind of messed up, so they both have their pluses and minuses. But overall, still fun to fly once you get the aircraft stable. And you get the view. Beautiful day in the sky. I don't like the screen tear that's coming across the model itself in flight sim, so they've gone too far optimizing this for console and forgot that the rest of us high-end PC users spent a lot of time and money and invest in the hobby itself, and then they give you this terrible screen blips on the skins. Because you can see it every once in a while. You see that blur? See that blur off the edge? The wing edge? I have this thing in maxed out config. I'll just do this. Supposed to be. Now, unless something else defaulted here, let me do this. We're going to interrupt just to show you, man. So, when we come into the display mode, you can see I got the DLSS Super on. So this is their AI RTX. I have the Founders Edition RTX 5090, high-end stuff. So this is all quality. Frame generation is on. Fidelity. I don't have VX or any of this other stuff set that would cause problems. I have all of this at ultra. You know, this is all top-end config, so there is nothing unusual here, but you still get this experience off the wing edges as it paints the model onto their environment displays. So every once in a while you'll notice a blurred edge. This is normal because it's jet waste. But you get a little bit of the dimples and weird edge blur. You move around, you can see some of the edge blur. Do you see that? You see when I did that, how it repainted and it just kind of gave you a little extra. See that? That's awful. I hate that. I didn't spend 10 grand on equipment to get a crappy experience, and it's Microsoft dumbed down graphics on it. So what are your alternatives? Nice moonshot.
Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777, contact Memphis Center on 120.8. Good day.
120.8 FDX 777. Good day.
Going to 120.8 KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta
Memphis
X-ray
Center
777.
FDX 777 flight level 190.
Memphis Center KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 flight level 190.
KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777, Memphis Center radar contact. Continue.
Alright, so we're on our way to Ruth. So the interesting part is MS Scenery. Anybody out there that uses MS Scenery, I made the mistake of buying one of their products a long time ago during COVID when I had too much time on my hands. They're no longer part of the marketplace, and quite frankly, it's a warning for a lot of others out there. There are a handful of models and some scenery packages that just absolutely dog. They're very poor. I still think Microsoft should do a better job about the marketplace. The marketplace is still a disconnect. Yes, it's available and has all the bells and whistles that they want to see in it, but I think from a user experience, it's still a negative user experience. The portal for bringing in valid content, there's no validation step there on their side of it. They don't own the content, so, but they own the experience. This is the part of the disconnect with Microsoft itself owning the space of the games that they develop. They own this space. They own the rights to it. They own the content that comes out of it. They share some of this stuff with the open features and functions and allow you to model like a different model aircraft or a different skin and a different location asset on a map, that kind of thing. But they still own the proprietary side of the product. And they do a poor job of maintaining that product level to begin with. To downscale certain features and functions inside the game and then downplay their ownership for that related experience on content that they've allowed to be produced in the marketplace. So as an example, let's say the frame, this is an independent frame. So let's say the frame of this was built off their Asobo products or some other engine inside the game. And they decide to change the engine. And they do a very poor job of sending that detail down to the development teams associated with those products. The development toolkits don't give you the right access to that kind of preview and detail up front. They just roll out stuff, and if you're using third-party products in these games, it's not their problem. They don't manage that experience well, and they don't want to. And I just don't get this. This is kind of the transition in the gaming space that we're all facing and going to fight in the next 5-10 years with AI coming into the picture as well, is the fact that these game providers constantly force you to accept terms and conditions without any recourse for you to actually do anything to them about it. They put these disclaimers that are so generic and disconnect themselves as a product provider or software game to its end user base. End user accepts all responsibilities for the crappy code, and you spend a lot of money on this stuff. There's nothing here in this game that says I can upload a new model and fly this for $10. There's nothing there worthwhile. Any quality product like FedEx or any of these others, they're charging you 80 to 100 quid, $80 to $100 US. I'll just say it that way. At least to buy their product and use their model. Okay, that's in addition to the other microtransactions and processes and payments you've made to accrue and purchase just flights them alone, as an example. So Microsoft is just losing touch with the reality here, and I think we as a gaming community need to do more together as a group and form a larger consortium of end users, gamers that have input. And they provide their platform, yada yada, and you can file complaints and tickets till you're blue in the face, but they're not going to do anything unless they get $1 out of it, right? There's no value for them to do anything different because they've already collected your money. So there's no pain, no pressure on them to perform at a high level and deliver higher quality software. Their quality level from a software designer perspective, and I work in IT, guys. I have been there for a long time. My quality is second to none when it comes to delivering value and all the rest of the stuff. So I take pride in that. But the content and game providers these days don't take that quality into their brains. They fix and fly, fix and fly, fix and fly. They don't. The testing and validation and quality of their software is so below average in a lot of situations. Changing some of the main framework. When they released 2024, we had to wait 2 years. 2 years for this stuff to get fixed. for a standard aviation airliner experience. 2 years you were fighting it. And you're still fighting it today. And I just don't understand. You put your reputation on the line every time you release something. And your quality, your software quality sucks ass. I'll just say that. And more as a consortium of end gamers, etc., we really do need to do a better job. And that is to come together and say, okay, for all of our game platforms, these game makers and game providers for platform experience as well as consoles and the hardware associated with it, put some pressure on them to hold them to higher standard levels of quality. Because, you know, it's a token effort by Microsoft to sit there and say, okay, we're going to disconnect MS Scenery from the marketplace. But there's no penalty for the crap that they sold to a lot of people and gamers. There's no retribution or consequence for MS Scenery. They made their money, they walked away, and they're sitting fat and happy because they made some bucks on the side without having to deliver quality. And now it's just a token effort by Microsoft to say, yeah, their quality, we had a lot of complaints. Yeah, well, there's a lot of complaints about your own quality. Take yourself out of the marketplace. I think the innovation to deliver high quality experiences for games is going to diminish over time here with this AI intervention in all experiences, whether it's, you know, AI generated frames in a game to simply simulate a quality experience that doesn't exist. So again, AI is building frames into your video UI output that makes a lot of baseline assumptions about what your experience is supposed to be. But Microsoft isn't controlling what that's supposed to be is actually going to look like. It doesn't. So the quality is then immediately I'm not liable for the quality or experience because you're using part of our product, and our products and UI side have AI in it, right? So I just think it's poor. It's a lack of integrity in Microsoft's part here to coordinate with the development and the gamer communities, and I'm very frustrated with it. It's going to happen in GTA, folks, just as a heads up. I've had a lot of conversations. Some of you have heard pieces of it. Close friends and stuff have heard what's going to happen. But I talked about it in my video today for the last hour or so of the today's session on July 5th. But the experience in GTA is going to go to a bigger microtransaction model with no liability for delivering quality or content at all. Software makers are going to start to use AI as code generators. It's going to be cheaper quality, less integrity in the quality, meaning the simulated events and challenges you face in like first-person shooter, role-play games, all of those things are going to be simulated on context through AI generation that may not fit your experience. Yet you're told it's supposed to be that. You expect the plane to fly level at 50,000 feet, and it takes you to 50,000 feet, not really realizing the context of the experience itself is no aircraft or airliner will ever fly at 50,000 feet as a standard operating procedure in the United States. Okay, so oh well, sure, let's go there. Let's, the experience itself will be AI generated, and it will simulate something that doesn't physically exist in the real world. So, and that's fine. But the ownership of the content itself is going to shift, and it's going to fall on you and I to pay more money for less quality. And the gaming experience is going to be dumbed down. I've already seen it on the console play for various games. The delivery of quality. Let's take an example here. So, some of you are fans and friends or know what Baldur's Gate 3 is. Okay, so wow, it was going to revolutionize. They sold the product, you went in through the experience, and they still had glitches early on, but yeah, it was okay. The storylines were slightly different based on character selection and choices made in the game. Yeah, okay, so you didn't have the infinite end game that they promoted, so you're disappointed slightly there, but you still had, hundreds of different end possibilities through decision making in the game. Then comes along Dragon Age. Everybody gets excited about Dragon Age. Oh, this is another experience. It's going to be like Baldur's Gate. The game company poured in a lot of money into a subpar game. And the dialogue was absolutely dog shit. It was horrible, man. It was just absolutely awful. So, I'd love for us as global community to have some sort of consortium power to push back against the game makers and actually influence them, right? Don't just have these expos and these, open dialogue conversations with some tech team that doesn't give a rip about customer service, and actually put some bite back into their quality. Now, you're sitting here watching this FedEx fly through the air, and I love flight sim. Microsoft, claims to own this space. Well, they don't, okay? And it's not a socialist world, so let's step back for a second. They're going to sell you quality product if you demand quality product, but at the end of the day, they're going to want to pay back for that high-end development, and they're going to charge you more. And so, as a gamer, you're kind of caught in this infinite, I got no power. If they spend a lot of money, am I really going to get quality? Am I going to get what I want out of the game? It's a real risk roll of the dice stuff these days. I think that there's got to be a better way for us all across the globe to organize and connect. So, if you have thoughts or ideas on the best practice for that, or some thoughts on how you would approach trying to unify all of your gamer friends together and say, this is us going forward. We demand better quality, better game experience, and stop cutting corners, right? Some of us do still want to be able to play GTA 6 with a hard copy of the CD. PlayStation just announced that they're not going to provide physical disc copies for their games purchased in their realm. So that's gone. You always have to connect to them. Okay? So this is where these game software companies are getting off the hook. Well, you connect to our server, everything's locked down on our side of the fence, no mods, no customization, it's all this crap that we decide you get to see. And we don't care about quality. So the power of the dollar spent becomes weaker in essence because they've already cut out the consumer, and now they slowly weed their way around the competition and start to buy them and consume them. Once it all gets, this whole centralized process of decoupling everything so you have full control and full price control. And I think there's got to be a way for us to reach out to each other and have a better experience. Anyway, that's your nickel's worth for today. I'm still dissatisfied with Microsoft Flight Sim 24. I absolutely hate it. Fenix is an overrated product. This flight model still has problems. Some of you still enjoy it. That's great. Good for you. But I think there's so much left to be desired here. I keep waiting for the next generation to come along, and that has nothing to do with Microsoft. Microsoft has got to fix its own processes and quality control, but I'm talking about other competitors. and you know who the competitor is. And I used their product quite a while before, so I may go back to their latest release and start playing on that platform again. And you know, I can't help but wonder when they're going to get their stuff together. But X-Plane 12 is out there. You may see me transition over for a better overall experience. We'll see what happens. But if I continue to get these kind of disconnects just flying a simple 4-hour flight, I can't do my Boeing flight, by the way, either the 777 ER, 300 ER, the PMDG, it breaks down. So I don't know who people are talking to or what kind of equipment they're flying it on. I still have problems with long flights in the PMDG series. I had it, even though I had programmed a long flight and I had all of the flight consumption rules configured correctly on my flight plan, it's still soft. How do I put this? Siphoned fuel off at a faster rate, so I ran out of fuel. Half hour from landing, I went through all my reserve. I didn't publish it here because it's worthless. There's no quality feedback to PMDG to say, hey, how come your flight model is over consuming in certain scenarios? And then they'll go, well, were you on live weather? Yeah, I was. Well, it probably hit headwinds at a different rate, so the burn rate was more. I'm like, mate, you know that's the kind of feedback they're going to give you, right? And so from an experience standpoint on my side of the fence, look, you're missing the answer. You went too far. You're still not book sim legit. I can't use the game as a flight sim practice model because it's not 100% real sim. And yet they get to that 95%, and then that last 5% when it screws up the experience, they're like hands off, man. Well, you got to do a better job looking at the weather predictions and add more contingent fuel. I'm like, okay, but that doesn't change the fact that I still registered a fuel consumption rate that was higher than expected, and your model. I'm like, you don't accept any root cause probability factor here that it could have been your calculation hiccuped and started chopping zeros off and consumed faster rate. They don't account for that. They don't want to hold themselves accountable and say, no, we're not the quality that you thought we were. Because then nobody's going to buy the product. So, anyway. Interesting days ahead with the global gaming scenario. I have a few games I want to play, but I'm not going to waste my time on GTA 6 on a console. I think you guys in single player are going to find the experience exciting for about half a day, maybe a day. You'll blow through Jason's role, and then you'll blow through Lucia's role, and you'll go, okay, now what? And you'll have finished the game in 45 to 50, 60 hours, maybe 60 hours. I'll give you 3 days even, 72 hours. 3 days of gameplay, and you'll be like, okay, now what? When's online coming? When can I role play? When can I do this? When can I do that? And GTA is going to stand there and they're going to go, yeah, so you want to go to online? There's a paywall here. Remember that GTA Plus free month you got when you bought the Ultimate for no reason? Yeah, you can't carry the Ultimate over into online yet because we got a different price model for that. It's going to charge you a subscription. We'll give you the first month free in GTA Online, but after that it's going to be $12 a month or $15. There's no price set yet. Currently, right now, for GTA 5 Online, if you want, you can subscribe for $8 a month or whatever the currency rate is in your local area. But it costs you money every month. And it costs you, right now, the cost of the game over 12 months. Repeated. And you know they're going to sit behind a paywall, and they're going to say, you want to play on our servers? Great. GTA Plus. The next piece you're not going to hear until they actually drop the bomb on you like everybody else is you'll never get a physical copy of the game. You get nothing in your hand for $100 right now. Those of you that got anything in the mail or any hard copy of the game, it's an empty plastic tub with a code. Congratulations, you got something that means nothing and is worthless. But they're going to end up paying, putting these paywalls up. So, and you're going to end up having a new life-death model. Now, this is just take it with a grain of salt, but in GTA, more and more gamer companies are going to put these microtransactions in the game to say, do you want to cut corners on the game, or do you want to have this experience in game? Cost you an extra $5, $10, and you get it for 24 hours or 48 hours, whatever the time frame is. But that microtransaction is going to cost you money, so they're going to get recurring income from you as a gamer simply when you click a button to open up their game. So every time you play it, you're going to end up spending money. So there's going to be consumption rates on this stuff, and they're going to charge back. If they start incorporating AI tokens into the realm of using AI in their games, they're going to charge you as a consumer for using the AI features in the game. So pay attention, kids. Your dollar's not going to go anywhere near what it does today, tomorrow. It's going to be less. It's going to cost you more and more for your addictive nature to play your fun games. It's the reality of a capitalistic world. You want to play, you pay. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds in the next 5 years, but I'm willing to say we're all going to end up changing the way we game simply because you have no choice. So think about how we come together as a globe and a consortium of people to say, slow the F down. We still like the way we play our games today. We want better quality, not necessarily shitty quantity. And stop at the microtransactions. Allow me as a gamer to set a price and pay for it and enjoy the experience without having to spend more and more every day just to do something in the game. The one thing that I see here that's going to happen is, and most of you don't realize this, but a lot of these game experiences are going to say, look, and you have it with treasures and trunks and cards in game and everything else that you buy these packs or these trunks and you open them up and yeah, I got this and I got that and I had the same. You're spending money on microtransactions inside the game. And the more you do that, the more you tell the gaming community and the more you tell the gaming manufacturers that I'm willing to pay for that. So stop paying for it, man. Tell them you bought the game, that's enough. Right? Be strong. Anyway, it's all good. But our future lies in our hands as a consortium of global gamers together, unified, not disconnected. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you happen to see this, great. I hope more people get a chance to check in now and then with my channel and listen to what I have to say. I don't do this for money, guys. I don't get paid. I don't have ads. I don't have any of this junk. That's why I'm on YouTube. You get to see this when you see it at your leisure. Watch and enjoy. But I get nothing out of it. But I do enjoy the experience of gaming with people around the globe. So for my viewers across the globe, grazie, obrigado, danke, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Life in the USA is life in the USA. I mean, happy birthday, America. We're starting to fly over some of the lower cities here, so you can see some of the That's why I didn't want to go too high, so you could see some of the imagery on these airports as we were flying by some of our connections and waypoints. You can see the airport down below. And we're passing over several here, so. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. We're heading to Georgia. Got some cloud deck just outside Atlanta here as we take our turn. Airport's down below. As you can see, we're going to fly a parallel path alongside of it. So there's Atlanta Airport. And there's...
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777.
good here. Gotta get this bad boy to click. Thank you. You can do it there. Oh, I have to peek at the edge of it. We're all good up here. We're set. Yeah, I don't have to turn this stuff on yet. I know. Okay. At about 50 miles to go, we're going to descend here to 5,000 and we'll make our approach. As you can see outside, we're just near Atlanta. Beautiful airport. It's the generic one. I don't have an inserted one for Atlanta at this time. I had one, but I didn't like it, so I forget the coder that did the job on it, but I didn't like it. It just didn't sit well with me. There you go. Georgia. That's northeast. That's northwest over there, outside of Georgia. Now we're on our total parallel here. So it had Haynes on Haynes to Bambi, but I went a different waypoint here, so we should be able to see it here. So I went to Kiwi, not Kimmy, instead of going to Haynes. We're going to Jikvi. So from Kiwi to Jikvi to Bamboo.
777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777, contact Atlanta Center on 127.05. Good day.
We're gonna go beyond this a bit.
Going to 127.05, KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray
We're gonna line up
777.
nice here.
Atlanta Center KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 is at 15,100 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
KEV KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 Atlanta Center altimeter 30.02 radar contact. Continue to KYM.
3002. 3002.
777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 contact Atlanta Center on 128.0. Good day.
Going to 128.0 KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777. Atlanta Center KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 is passing 14,000 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 Atlanta Center altimeter 30.02 radar contact. Continue to KYMMY.
We go left or right? So I'm on Bueller, Bueller, Bueller.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777. You are 14 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 26 right approach via Haynes transition. Cleared to HAINZ.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 26 right approach via Haynes transition.
Man,
Cleared to
why not?
Haynes KEV 777
We got
Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 contact center on 127.5. Good day.
127.5 KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777. Goodbye. Center KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 is at 11,500 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 center altimeter 29.99 radar contact. Continue to Bamboo.
Okay, Freckles, coming in, baby. You ready for this?
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 contact Atlanta Center on 128.0. Good day.
128.0 KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777. Goodbye. Atlanta Center KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 is passing 9,000 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 Atlanta Center altimeter 30.00 radar contact. Continue to Bamboo.
Yeah, that should hold us okay. We'll pick up the glide slope here shortly. Coming in, looks like we're gonna have a good clean landing. Thank you, thank you. We're still a little bit high yet coming in. Yeah, 17 out. I should be able to keep dropping this down once we catch our glide slope here. A little above normal, but we're gonna take this in A-okay. We're gonna do this just to keep the rate and click. I don't want to go flaps yet until I get to 5. We're hovering right above that in the safe zone. Speed-wise, we're good. Aircraft is running a little bit with the speed brake on, so we'll reset that. That should stabilize us now. A-okay here, Freckles. Looking good. Gear brakes all set. Medium. 15. Coming in on ILS capture here in a second, and we'll throw the gear down at 12. Good clearance, and we're good to go. Looking good, a little bit of cloud. Beautiful day in Georgia. Peach country. You know I love a little challenge, so this is going to be good to go. Love it. Got a little bit of a headwind, not major here. Slight cross on my head, on the nose. We're going to be good to go. I love it.
Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777. You are 13 miles east of Atlanta. Contact Atlanta Tower on 123.85 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 123.85, KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-ray
Alright, we
777.
clicked in, we localized and captured the Cat 3
Atlanta
single.
Tower, KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777, 2 miles east inbound, ILS runway 26 right approach.
KEV 777 Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777 Atlanta Tower. Altimeter tree 0.01 wind 29 at 10. Cleared ILS runway 26 right approach.
Cleared ILS runway 26 right approach, KEV 777, Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777.
Good to go here. Alright, boys and girls, you ready?
2,500.
Okay, so let's drag this down.
A lot of dance.
2,000.
Clyde slope is holding, and we're good to go here. We got our
Delta X-ray 777 wind 29 at 10. Clear to land runway 26 right.
okay, we're gonna approach it about 157,
Cleared to land
158.
runway 26 right,
I'll leave it at
KEV
157 for the
777,
moment.
Foxtrot Delta X-ray
Coming in
777.
golden. All set here, man. Give us clearance. Okay. Now. Sorry. I want to record. I'll have to play around with it later.
1,000. 1,000. 1,000.
You booger, you did it to me again. I don't get this game, man. You have totally hammered my head too many times here at the last second.
1,000.
There was no reason for the throttle to disengage like that. I had not pressed it. Microsoft challenging us.
500. 400. 300. 300. 200. 100 above. 100. 80. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Retard.
You believe that?
Retard.
KED 777
ILS.
Foxtrot
Retard.
Delta X-ray 777 contact ground on 130.075.
Wow.
100.
Going to 130.075
40.
KED
Pull
777
Retard.
Foxtrot Delta X-ray 777.
Retard.
Wow. It does this stuff on purpose, man.
$300.
I don't get this game, man. I just don't. The flight experience is absolutely
500.
awful dog shit.
500.
Okay.
$1,000.
Freckles. What was this all about during the last mile? Just a mess. Really? Alright. So, I'm going to do this again. This is all messed up, man. Are you kidding me? Wow. You're supposed to sit right there. We'll do that. I'll put you at 5. Do that. All right. Oh. What are you doing? You can't hold it 5,000? What the hell? What the hell? Oh man, this game got worse. How do you break something that was just fine? And why? Microsoft, you're so stupid. Your quality sucks. This is frustrating. Even you guys watching it, are you getting the same experience out of your models, or it's just my experience is unique in its own right? I feel like this is such a waste of time, man. a year ago, I was getting better quality play out of the game than I am today. And how did that happen? Right? What's going on, man? Alright, so this is going to put me back on Dallas here, but I don't want to go to Dallas, so we're going to do this. We're going to go direct to Jigbee. Let's do that. Okay. We're steady at 5,000. Flaps 3. Fuel is okay at this point. Looks like I'm gonna be alright. Maybe. We're gonna find out here. I only had 30 minutes of extra, so we're gonna find out. And from here we gotta go. I go to swap, but where's swap? Come on, pick it. Ah. Thank you. I'll go from Kiwi to Handy. Alright, connects the dots. Good. Alright, let's try this again, man. See if we get the dang thing to work. It's screwing around on me, man. Alright, 175. Call the ball. Boom. 5,000 feet. Clean up top. Flaps 3. Set. Okay, now get this. You're gonna click. Thank you. Cool. All right. We've been here for just over an hour. Should have landed by now. It should have been an hour flight, but we're flying back across parallel to Atlanta Airfield. We're going to retry our approach. I let ILS take us in, but then for whatever reason, throttle control went off the deep end. They narrowed their window here for air handling way too tight, and I think they got problems here. This is not the first time I've run into this. So it's okay to set your controls and have errors, but your fly-by-wire connectivity between headwind and fly-by-wire is not. Fly-by-wire did something to the internals on their 320 as well. So something's going on with the model and the computations here. They're taking the computations from the live weather feed, the MEDAR, and when it spikes because of a disconnect or has bad data here, it throws this calculation completely out the window and you are screwed. So the idea here is to turn off live weather, and then you should be able to fix and process accordingly, but it still breaks. It's just Microsoft playing Microsoft. It does mess with this detail. It has. I've pointed it out for years now. Stop dicking around with this, guys. Use your calculations. Make it reasonable. This isn't certified flight training experience. It's real world enough, but come on, man. You make the game unenjoyable. Do you understand? You're seeking perfection where you should not be seeking perfection. Most of us just enjoy a fairly simplified flight plan, see some weather, see some scenery, challenge ourselves at landing, not challenge ourselves to run into auto disconnect and autopilot failure simply because it's a 5-mile-an-hour wind variance here with a calculation here, which then throws it up above. See, I'm holding right at this number here. If I drop it too fast, then it's gonna hover down here. It's a magnet, right? It's airspeed over the wings, etc. And the precise numbers, etc. Totally get it. No, I don't have a problem with it, but your calculations here are screwing this up. And you're constantly having to flip this on and off or throttle control manually in a jetliner that is supposed to be fly-by-wire automation, not crash-by-wire. So, screws up the experience, guys, when your calculations aren't consistent and you don't put in proper error handling. Reset the calculation, leave it, don't blow it up. Reset it, recalculate, give a warning, but don't crash the airplane simply because your calculation all of a sudden went skewed into a negative realm. I don't agree with that concept. Real-time pilots face those consequences, but they're also dealing with seat of their pants experience and actually understanding the aircraft and its nuances better than what you've programmed. You're sitting at home in a geeky little office or den trying to become experts at flight sim. It's like, no, you're never going to achieve expert level. You can be very good at it, but even the airline pilots that fly this stuff for a living have failures in simulators because it's not real world. The aircraft doesn't overreact to a bad calculation and a spike from some data source that goes. It's using real-time sensors on the aircraft. So you're not going to get these wind shifts at 15 degrees in 2 seconds, 2 milliseconds, I should say, and a shift change of 20 mile an hour shift. All of a sudden, you would know if you're heading into a wind shift. The numbers on the dials will tell you the truth. So we'll see how this behaves when I turn it around here. We're going to fly this in. We're going to click ILS here in a second, click approach. I could do a localizer, but we're going to let this do its thing. We're going to see just how screwed up this calculation really is. I should be able to come in at the 157 number, which is the low end of flaps 4. Full flaps. We'll see. I'm below GS right now, so we're going to have to click this here. We'll see what the number looks like when it comes back. Minimums are 1,000. The runway is just below 1,000. So we'll see how this correlates to the experience. Runway elevation is 997. And we're going to take a diagonal over. We're going to realign with the runway off the starboard side as we cut in this direction to come back in to land. And Microsoft clouds this for a reason. Like, yeah, you just bring it there. So, okay. The aircraft is oriented in its normal mode for a standard approach. We're good to go here, Freckles. We got about 4 miles and then we're going to hit approach. And we're going to be about 11, 12 out. 10 out. We'll see. This is going to come into play here shortly, so we're going to let the wind, all of a sudden the wind shift. You see this? This is the crap I'm talking about right here. This little screw up by Microsoft is punching this number into all sorts of weird calculations. This is going to screw us up at some point. I know it is. I'm going to come in too fast as well. Shouldn't have to. Alright. We're about to make our final turn for 26. 26 right. FDX 777 requesting clearance 26 right. FDX 777 requesting clearance 26 right. You see this? This is where it's going to go wacky on me. Watch that number. See how that all of a sudden gave me a tail burst? That speed number went wacky. Drive you nuts. Okay, call the ball. We're 4,000 feet, or 5,000, but 4,000 feet, 13 miles out. FDX 777 requesting clearance 26 right. FDX requesting clearance 26 right. After X 777 clear to land 26 right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, Freckles, buckle up. We're gonna watch this for giggles. Two 6 right. Visibility is clear. Glide slopes locked. Speed set 172. Gear. Final flap. Reducing to 165. Approach speed 157 shortly, but we're going to leave it at 165 in the middle of the dial so I don't get screwed up by the calculation, because this is going to mess me up right there. Gear, we have 3 green gear, all set. Engaged. Why this sets up like that, it's supposed to be. Not that one, that one. Alright.
2,500.
Okay, coming in. This glide slope lock is causing me to dip up. I'm gonna go into overload. Is it this that's causing this to get whacked out? Because it's trying to drop too fast? Don't know. We're watching it though. Are you watching it? I am. I set the number right in the middle here. I'm going to cut power early
2,000.
than I normally would, because I'm running about 5 miles an hour faster than I want to right now. I want to run 8 miles an hour slower here, but we're at 2,000. ILS is clean. Capture's clean. Throttles are set. If I drop this, are you going to give me a headache? But this is still going to play its game. You see this angle shift and this speed shift? See, now the auto throttle went below.
1,000. 1,000.
Of course, it's holding at 1,000 feet. I get it, man. We're good to go. I hate this game right there. I like lab weather, but mess with my head too much. You boys ready? Slightly below GL. Glide lock.
500.
500.
400. 300. 300.
Pilot's got control.
200. 100 above.
Throttle
100. 80. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Auto brake off.
Whoa. What's with the rudder, man? Talk about sponge. Alright, well there you go, my friends. We made it. A false landing on the first try. It's too bad. It is what it is. Yeah, just saying. Atlanta's hometown airline. Delta. So, this report, like I said, not the best on the plug-in side of things, so this is their default, and it has a lot to be desired. But anyway, well, we're here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks for being with me for an hour, just over an hour and a half now. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe and all that good jazz. Stay tuned for more giggles and laughs as we go through different games. If you have a game you want me to play online here for you, I can stream it or we'll just record it for you. Feel free to let me know. Take care. God bless.